Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. I'm Preeti, your host for today, and I'm excited to welcome you to this session on generative AI and language model. Now, I am delighted to introduce our speaker, Mr. Prashad Krishnamurthy. Sir is an accomplished entrepreneur and freelance trainer specialized in data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and generative AI. With over 20 years of experience in enterprise management, business development, and advanced technology training. Since 2005, through Trans Traders, he has successfully trained over 5,000 students in AI ML for major CSR initiatives, including Samsung, IBM, SAP, and NASCOM. Skill and has collaborated with renowned training partners like EdForce, Simplilearn, and many more. Let's give a warm welcome to you, to Sir. Over to you, Sir.
Thank you, Ms. Preeti. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this knowledge sharing session from Shine. As you are aware, Shine is one of the leading job portals and managed by Hindustan Times Group. And I hope you are all registered with Shine and you keep searching for good career. Now, in today's session, I have the privilege of speaking to you about generative AI and large language models. And you may be from diverse backgrounds, be it commerce, science, business management, engineering. You could be students, you could be working professional, you could be anybody. So I will try to make it as less technical as possible. So today, uh, we try to examine this thing called generative AI and large language models, which we keep hearing again and again. We have been seeing a lot of this hullabaloo in the media, and a lot of people might have approached you for training you, or there may be, you might have seen there are a lot of jobs. People are saying you should be equipped with generative AI, large language models. So let us try to clear the confusions or, uh, you know, about these concepts. So what are they? Most of it is what you may be already using in your day-to-day life. Okay. Now, what is this generative AI? How is large language models related to generative AI? Can we do generative AI without large language models? So, how do we use that in our day-to-day life, right? So today, the agenda, what we have is, we talk about the introduction to generative AI. We also try to understand what are these large language models, how are they built. We try to do some hands-on exercises. You don't have to be too much technical also. You don't need to have technical knowledge also. We will do some exercises in this generative AI, trying to build some images or trying to build some applications which would be of use to you in day-to-day life. And what is helping you? Artificial intelligence is helping you to do your job or to do your work with the best of the performance. Now coming to this generative AI. What is this generative AI? Before that, I would like all of you to do a small exercise and then tell me. You all may be possessing a mobile phone, right? You all may be possessing a mobile phone. Just open SMS application in your mobile phone. Just open the text, SMS text application. Okay. In that, just open a new message and type something. For example, you can type uh, India. Okay. Let's say in that you type India. Okay. So the moment you type India, what happens? What happens after you type India in the chat box? What happens when you type? You can say it out in your chat window. You get the suggestion. Yes, Mr. Amit, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, we get suggestions. So you see, there are a number of suggestions which are there. There are a number of suggestions. And are they arranged in alphabetical order or they are random? These recommendations, you don't have any suggestions. Okay. If you don't have suggestion, one more thing I can suggest you is open Google search engine. Google search engine. You type some India in Google search engine also. Then what happens? So you get relevant suggestions, which is a, it may be alphabetical, it may not be alphabetical. So there is something which is suggested. If you type something like India, so in my case, I am getting India. For India, I am getting some three suggestions because my screen is small. You may get five suggestions, seven suggestions. You may have hundreds of suggestions. For example, in Google, if you type something, you get a lot of suggestions. India. So India is, India has, India and. So if I choose India is, what happens? What happens? You selected India again. Well, fine. I got suggestions. Okay. State Bank of India, anything. You select something. Okay. India habitat. Again, it gives one more suggestion. Now, in my case, I said India is. For me, the suggestions are most, a, the. In your case, it may be different. Yeah, it can be different. It has to be different. Now, I selected India is most. Again, I get a suggestion. I get a suggestion of welcome likely. If I select India is most of, India is most welcome, India is most likely, I select, let's say, likely. Then I get another suggestion to the A. I selected India is most likely to. Then I get another suggestion. So I keep on doing like that. I get a very good sentence made out of it. I get a very good sentence. So how did my mobile phone or my computer understood that it has to give me this type of suggestions? How did it understand? It is because of, as Ms. Sujata says, through artificial intelligence. So this text which we keyed in, it is called unstructured data. The computer can understand only one and zero. I typed India and everything. Suhas Kadam, good morning. So I typed something India, which is a unstructured text, English text. It can be any other language also, I'm telling you. It can be, you can start typing in Hindi, you can start typing in Telugu, Tamil, any of the languages. You start getting predictions like this in your SMS. And it makes a very good sentence. Kirloskar Institute, Pune, Dr. Suresh. Yeah, good morning, sir. So let's say now I am saying India is most likely to have you, and I put a full stop. You also put a full stop. What happens? If you put a full stop, what happens? After your sentence, if you put a full stop, what happens? The sentence is over. It does not suggest anything. Again, you type something, then it again continues. So this computer had a artificial intelligent program which has got some memory. You gave something, it suggested the next word. And you selected one of the choices, it selected relevant. So it went on doing that. When you put full stop, the memory is closed. It doesn't know, it waits for you what direction I should go. Should I go left, right, center, up, down? And again, you suggest something, it does. So this is, you already know this, you have been already using in your SMS, you have been already using in your Google search engine, you have been using in your chat GPT or Gemini or some other application also. So these are all called sequential models in artificial intelligence. Models are what? They are something like a formula. Okay. AI depend on hardware or software or both. Yes, both. It depends on both. And okay, so these sequential models were helping us to do something. Earlier, maybe some 4 or 5 years back, we didn't have this also. Then they started developing these sequential models, and you saw the sequential models. When you typed one word, it gave the next word. So my mobile phone has got a limitation. It predicts the next word because of its memory and its hardware architecture. But we have other applications today, like our large language models. You type one sentence, then it can predict next sentence, not just next word. In this SMS, it was able to predict the next word. If you type a full sentence, then the large language models can develop next sentence or next paragraph also. If you give one big paragraph, it can predict next paragraph for that. And this paragraph which it predicts, it need not be same for everybody. It can be different, but it should be relevant. This should be relevant. Are we not moving the slide? Yes, I am still in the first slide. So in the first slide itself, we got into this exercise of SMS, right? Generative AI is generative AI helpful for students, MBA students? It is helpful for everybody. It is helpful for everybody. Now you are doing this SMS, you are doing Google search, you're trying to find out some information about rail timings, availability of railway ticket or train ticket or air ticket or Mumbai local train timings, anything. So for everybody it is useful. And how it will be useful? You have to make the technology accessible to all. Different people will be using different languages. So can I do it only with English? Then I am limiting the strength of the technology, right? So technology has got immense strength. So we can type this in our local languages also, and the multilingual, yes. And sometimes, we are also very tricky. We type both English and Hindi together. So then that's a big challenge for the machine. And so the machine tries to understand what you have typed and try to predict. What do you mean by understanding? Machine doesn't understand that. Machine has got something what is called as a pattern. It can recognize the pattern in what you are typing. Based on those patterns, So what we have people called data scientists. So what is their job? They took this word India and they tried to find out in the internet. If I type India, what was the next word? Is, as. So many types of words are there. They collected all of them. They tried to find out the how many times each of this has appeared, the frequency. India is, how many times it has appeared. India has, how many times it has appeared. India starts, Indians. So all those different, and they try to find out the frequency and they rank them in the decreasing order. So that is why when you typed India, you got some 4 or 5 suggestions. Those suggestions were relevant suggestions. The ranking was from the decreasing order. The highest occurring came first. So it need not be in the alphabetical order. It will be in the order of the highest preference. So you may not need that. You may not need since it has shown Indians or something, your query was something different. So you selected something which is relevant to you. So then again it proceeds. So you took 2 words. So 2 words dependent, 2 words were linked. So what was the third word? So the people searched that, they ranked the third word, they ranked the fourth word, they ranked the fifth word, sixth word. All those things were ranked, and based on that only the predictions were done. So these are what we call as language models. Okay, these are what are known as language models. So these language models were built to understand languages. If there is any relations between the sentences. So these sentences, you give one big sentence and try to predict the next sentence. So it should predict grammatically correct next sentence. And it should be very creative. What it gives to me should be different for Sanket, it should be different for Swapnil, it should be different for Komal. So language models, they are artificial intelligence model. They work on languages. They work on sentences, paragraphs, text, data. This text, sentences, paragraphs and all, they were all split into smaller parts called tokens. They were split into smaller parts called tokens. These tokens were converted to numbers because computer can understand only numbers. Now these numbers were fed into the computer and it tried to find out, okay, India has got some number, E's got some number, one got some number, like that. There will be different numbers. And every time the session, in the computer session means every time you open or you type, this ranking can keep on changing. So it was able to make out a relation between these numbers, and based on that we were asking a question, what is the next word, what is the next word. So it was giving based on the rankings which was already there in the database. It had the next word. If you are happy, you can select it. If you are happy with the third word, you can select it. If you are happy with the 30th word, you can select it. So if you had selected the 30th word, then what is the next word? Again, it is to give you options. If it had not given option, we don't call it as artificial intelligence. It is just go based on some rule. If there is only one sentence, India is the largest populated country. You type India is largest populated country, largest populated country. Every time it gives, it's a rule, Hitler rule type of model. But when you type India is, it can give you so many options. This is a democratic model. So these were the language models. Now in the language, the text was converted to numbers. These numbers we call them as vectors. So scientists, this data scientist learned they were also working on other things like images, they were working on audio, they were working on videos. Now this audio, video, images, they are also unstructured language. They are also unstructured data. Now they also can be converted to vectors. The patterns in those audio, Lata Mangeshkar songs or Kishore Kumar songs, the pattern in the video of Amitabh Bachchan, they can be converted to numbers because everything is digital data. We are talking about artificial intelligence. This is on what? Is it on a book? It is on the digital data, electronic data. Please understand. Artificial intelligence works on electronic data. So, video, audio, text, image, which we now call them as multimodal data, they can be converted into some numbers or some format called vectors. Now, these vectors work on mathematical principles. So, people who would have studied high school mathematics would have studied about vectors. So in vectors, we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication. We can compare vectors. For example, the distance from Bangalore to Delhi and distance from Bangalore to Mumbai, distance from Bangalore to Pune. So let us say we represent them by vectors. Now, which are nearer, which are farther? Distance between Pune, Bangalore to Pune and Bangalore to Mumbai. They show they are closer. Distance between Bangalore to Pune and Bangalore to Delhi, it shows farther. So we can say Pune is closer to Mumbai. Pune is far away from Delhi. This practically we know that because we have measured using scale, right? Now, these are the vectors. So, vectors can be used for our language also. Vectors can be used for image, audio, everything. Now, how it can help us? Lata Mangeshkar songs can be compared with another Lata Mangeshkar song. It will show a nearness of vector. Lata Mangeshkar song with Kishore Kumar song, it will show farther distance. They might have said, they might have sang the same song. They might have sang the same song. It shows because of various things, what we call them as features. Okay. Now, these vectors will help us in prediction. It helps us to do some prediction. What type of prediction? One is, as we said, India is the highest populated country. If it keeps on saying that, we don't require that vector at all. We know it through some other method also. But if Indian population can be compared with, or India is highest populated. India is one of the top 5 countries in space technology. Indians are very good in artificial intelligence. So like that, if it can give us lot of options and vector is working behind that to show that. What is this vector doing? It is making the computer understand our data and tell what you have to do for Swapnil's requirement or Komal's requirement or Vikas Tyagi's requirement. So in this generative AI and large language models. So what is this large language models, right? What is this large language models? And what is this generative AI? Generative AI can work on language, it can work on audio, it can work on video, it can work on image. You give this as the input data to the computer. Any of this you give as input, or you can give all the four as inputs for your requirement. For example, you want to design a greeting card with music for your friend's birthday. You want to design a greeting card for your friend's birthday. This should have some text written on it. It should, if your friend opens that greeting card, and this is an electronic greeting card, I'm telling you, electronic greeting card, which you want to post it on your WhatsApp profile or your Instagram profile to say, happy birthday, my friend, something with some song they like. So here you are giving the name of your friend, the occasion, then the song he likes, and some animation or some the video related to that song with some of the clips which you and your friend are together. So if you provide all these three, the generative AI can design a beautiful greeting card in very few minutes, including all this, and it can design a ready-made greeting card for you, right? Are you sharing PPT? Yes, I will share it. Don't worry, you will get it. Not only a PPT, I want you to do some exercises, whether you are using your mobile phone or whether you are using your computer. I'll make you do that, right? So now, generative AI compared to just normal AI. Normal AI, you are all using in your mobile phone. You are using it for your face unlocking. You are using your thumb or finger for, is this recording session will be shared? Yes, that also will be shared with you. Don't worry, everything. So this is a knowledge sharing session. This is a knowledge sharing session, very informal, interactive session, right? Now, your thumb impression is used maybe even in your JEE admission, if you want to take up some government scholarship or something, if you want to buy provisions from the ration shop, various places, even it may be in our check-ins in airport or other places also, your biometric data is used. So there, that image is converted into vectors and stored somewhere. It tries to see whether it matches with your own. If it matches, access is granted. If it is not, it says denied. Many times your own thing will be denied because if there is cloudy, if your screen is covered with some moisture or something, it says sorry, deny. Again, you wipe it out and again you press it, it will be accepted. So there are various ways in which you can do that. So that is where in artificial intelligence, what it was doing, it was trying to find out some pattern in your electronic data, match it. If the matching was there, it was allowing you to do something, right? So that was the purpose of artificial intelligence. Now, over the advancements in these months, we saw that these language models, which we were using for smaller words and smaller sentences, could be extended to paragraphs and it can come out creatively. So, what happened? The first people were to do, you can design novels, you can write a novel, story. So, you give some hero's name or something, you say this is the plot, create a detective story on some smugglers trying to hijack something or some terrorist trying to hijack and the hero with the heroine goes and protects the people, something. You just give something, it can give out a script big. You say generate within 500 words, generate within 5,000 words, generate within 5 lakh words. So in every time it can come out with a different story. And if you are not happy with the story, you say, I want this plot to be changed. I don't want the hero to have a gun. I want him to have some laser gun or something. I want the hero to sing a song in the aeroplane, something like that. So all that plot can be included and it can give out a very creative story. Now, when it can give a creative story, what we can do with this? We can build TV serials, we can do OTT movies. There are portals which help you to develop a entire movie. And in Kannada language, if I am right, just last month, they released a full movie which was created for 10 lakh rupees using artificial intelligence. Total artificial intelligence. There is no hero, heroine, real heroine. They were created out of artificial intelligence. They were created out of generative AI. The story was given, story plot, and it built the entire scenery, songs, script, dialogues, everything is created for 10 lakh rupees. Beautiful cinemascope movie, you can do it. It can be comedy. So now you can build your own movies yourself. There is a portal called Hydra, Hydra. I type it out. Let me. You can go and uh, search this Hydra.ai. This is a portal which helps you to make movies, full movie. You can design your own hero, heroine. You can give some script. You can give different scenery. You can build a full movie. 3 hours movie you can build using this Hydra AI, and it is totally free. This software is totally free. You don't have to code also. You have to just type it out what you want. Code is also auto-generated by the system Hydra. Explore this and try to make some beautiful movies. So what happens? The people who are demanding 100 crore salary, 100 crore for a movie and all, they will lose their, unless and until they innovate themselves and they have a big fan following, many of them, they will lose their jobs. You can build a better hero, better heroine, action, better action movie, better comedy movie. Okay. So generative AI is this branch of artificial intelligence, and it is creating new content. It is built to create new content like movie, music. Today you can create beautiful music, whichever language you want. You can create music, you can do fusion, two languages together and try to do it. And there are n number of opportunities for everybody to explore generative AI. And most of the beauty is you don't need to have computer science knowledge to do coding in this generative AI. If you know it, it's very good. You will get to know how things are working behind to create that. Otherwise, your job is just you want to create something. Generative AI, there are various platforms and portals. Some of them, they provide you free services. Some of them, they charge you, which may not be very exorbitant, and you can use it. So if your hobby is in music, and you want to create different tunes for the same script, you can same lyrics, you can try it out. Today you see, because of this generative AI, they are trying to compare if this particular song of Kumar Sanu, if it were to be sung by Kishore Kumar or Lata Mangeshkar or Mohammad Rafi, how it would have been there. So they have built that and they have done the benchmarking, saying that if Kishore Kumar would have sang this other than Kumar Sanu, this would have been better. If it would have been said by Lata Mangeshkar, it would have been more melodious. So people are doing all that, and you can see all that in YouTube many times. Okay, and you too can do that. You too can do it. Suppose you are having some language, you are from place where your language is not much used in the entire country, or it is localized language, and you want to on a particular tune, you want to sing that song, you can try it out with the help of generative AI. Now, how is this generative AI is doing? It is converting your input data into vectors, putting that in some thing, and then it is trying to predict the next one in the sequence. And it is your choice which sequence you want to select, how small or how big the sequence you want to select. So based on that, you can have a big song, big text, small text, big novel, big movie, small movie, based on your thing. And you can keep on refining it with your feedback. That generative AI model, it improves its performance. It gives a new output. So for that, we use what are known as some parameters and all. It's a computer engineering thing. If you are a computer engineer, you can do a course in generative AI. And if you are not a computer engineer, you are from commerce or some arts background, never mind. You can do the course, but you can do start building what you want. You want to write a story. You want to come out with a new tune for your song for your college day. You want to develop a skit, or you want to develop some story for your college annual event, you can do that, right? So before that, you need to be important. Most important is you have to think. So there is a saying, you can write down: human being should think, machine should work. Human being should think, machine should work. But what we are doing? We are making machines think and human beings are doing work. Because of this, what is happening is we are having problems like poverty, we are having problems like ignorance, we are having things like superstitions, which is all really harming the humanity. God has given immense resources to us. Each one can be rich, each one can be happy. So you have to explore that. So you make the machines work for you and you think in a big way. So then generative AI is there to help you. Generative AI is the machine which can help you to have a happy life. It can help you to have a rich life. It can help you to have an adventurous life. Now, currently, where is generative AI being used? In text generation for writing articles. You can use it for creating your CV, resume, right? You can take up some clips from different articles and you can generate your own innovative article and you can post it in blog posts or in some portal. You can write stories. Now, if you are having children at home, you might have seen children are very curious and they keep asking you, tell me a story. Every day they want a new story. So how you can create a new story? So with the help of generative AI, You can also teach them new things like, say, cleanliness, morality, honesty with the help of small stories. You can ask your ChatGPT, create a story on honesty for a 5-year-old kid or a 3-year-old kid. Generate 5 stories. So like that, you can ask different, and it gives out small story clips. People are also using for writing poems. People are using to write love letters, right? You can use it for image generation. That I will make you do that. Okay, you can create beautiful images by just typing out something. You want a greeting card or you want some beautiful image, you can do that. Code generation. Now, in computer science, we are having all the data in electronic format. Now, we need to query this data to get whatever type of output we want, whatever answers what we want. We have some problems. We have a database. You have database like employee data. You have data like vendors data. You have data, so many types of data. You have Aadhaar data. Is this person having Aadhaar has got 10 telephone connections? Does he have an aeroplane? Does he stay in five-star hotel? If you want that query, so you have to write that query and give it to the computer. So that is a computer code. In whichever language you have to write that query and you have to call. If you give some wrong code or some problem happened, you may get a wrong answer. Now, generative AI can help you to improve that code. Suppose you try to ask this type of question. Is the person with this Aadhaar, is he having an aeroplane? Is he a owner of an aeroplane? Right? So, yes. And your coding was wrong or your Aadhaar number you typed was wrong. So you get a wrong answer. So with generative AI, it can help you. It can tell you, sorry, check your Aadhaar number. The Aadhaar number which you gave was wrong. So then you give the right Aadhaar number, then it can check out and say, yes, this person has an Indian Airlines flight with in his own name and something like that. It can tell you, or it may say, sorry, he doesn't have. Right. Now this code, our computer engineers, what do? They do coding. Everybody wants to do coding. You want to develop some software for Sony to improve their image quality in televisions and in the mobile phones. So that is a problem. You have to develop. That's a technology you have to develop. So to develop the technology, they have given you their screen, which is a hardware, which is a made of glass or some material. Now for that, you have to write a code which should help you to display the image which very high resolution and very creative photos. So for that, you have to write a code. Now that writing that code may take some 6 months. Usually, these people, they will say, we will go first, we will ask the people what are their requirements, they come back. They develop some prototype, they show it to them. The customer takes a look at it. Then he says, sorry, I'm not happy with this. You please modify it. Sir, again, we require 2 months to modify. Who will have time? So let's say Sony has got into an agreement with you. They say, okay, fine, please do it and give it. So their release of their product gets delayed by many more months because of your computer programming. With this generative AI, you can take 1/10 the time, or maybe even less than 1/10 the time to develop the entire code and show the prototype. He says, no, no, I'm not happy here. Immediate come back and refine it, and again you test it and you can go and show it to them. So What might have taken 1 year for the product to be released in the market, it may take just 2 months or 3 months presently. In future, it will be much more faster. You want to come out with a new electric bike, or you want to come out with some electric boat or some electric cycle, which should help you only access, because people can steal these vehicles. So you have a password or something, some mechanism which you can use it, and only you should be able to track it. And if somebody steals also, they lifts it and take it away, you should be able to find it out where it is going. So today we can integrate all this like GPS and all those things, and with just generative AI question, where is my bike now? It can open a map and show it is available in which location, right? And created chart, how to port. Okay, okay. So you are Preeti, get all these queries saved, and then you send it to me. Many of the questions which I may not be able to answer in this session, I will
Mm-hmm.
reply to each one of them, and you can send it to them if you have
Okay.
their email later.
Okay.
Okay?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, sir.
Thank thank you. So let us proceed further. We are stuck with the introductions. Okay. Now you require, as I was saying with Gen AI, what you ask questions are to the system, we call them as prompting. So these are all computer terms and all that. Many of these, I hate them. They confuse you. Okay, it is just, there are only two things, input and then output, which you are familiar from 50 years. So why I'm saying is, there may be in the audience, there may be people who are 50 plus, there may be somebody who is 10 plus also. The youngsters are very familiar with some of the language, colloquial language with this generative AI. Again, generative AI itself is a word, the old people, what is this generative AI? What is this prompting? So they start hating this technology and they give it up. No, it should not. So here, even if you are not educated, also you should be able to use generative AI, and you should be able to enjoy the fruits of this. That is the purpose. Now, the computer engineers can become more intelligent now, because when they type some computer code, the software, it starts giving just like that SMS. It starts prompting you, oh, this is what the next, are you looking at this as the next code? Next code, because the computer engineers, they write the code in small chunks, which we call them as functions or modules and all that. Now you just type one or two keywords in that, it understands, because in the database it is already there. So is this the way you wanted to do? If you say yes, immediately what you would have taken 10 minutes to write the program is solved in 1 minute. You have to just press the tab button, the entire program is over. So like that, you can keep on building it, and then you integrate it, test it. While testing also, before testing also, you ask, I'm going for a coffee. You test it and tell me if there is any program fault. Immediately it scans the program and says, sorry, I made a mistake. I'm changing it. Now the code is ready. You go and have your coffee and come back. So you go and have your coffee and come back and then execute it. The entire program is working. So now more innovations and more product launches, more solutions will bombard people in the coming days. Why? Because now developing a functionality code which should help a machine to work used to take so much time earlier, takes very less time now. And even to design those machines also, today generative AI is helping how to design an airplane, how to design a house, how to design a scooter, various, how to design a furniture. I want a specific type of furniture for this specific background. You can get it. So that is possible with generative AI. Now, how does this work? This generative AI, it requires huge data, huge past data. And this data has to be converted into vectors. It should be related to some domain like furniture or aeroplane or something. And then a relation should be established with that. For example, an aeroplane furniture will be different from a house furniture, right? So that type of relation has to be established. So lot of back end work has to be done. That is what is being done by the computer engineers. Now you are an architect, you are a civil engineer, you are a interior designer. You don't have to bother about relating those things. That type of data will already be available. You have to ask, okay, I want to have a house which is 1,000 square feet. I want to have a room of this size, and that house is facing eastern side, and I want you to design me a large window and with that background, and what is the furniture to fit that, so it can give me some 25 options. So it can generate for your input 25 different creative options of house furniture. Then you say, okay, this furniture is good, but can this fit in an aeroplane? It may say, sorry, this will not fit, but I can design a similar one for you for your aeroplane seat. And it can design some other thing. Okay. Now this, you need huge data. You need strong mathematical formula or algorithms, what we call them. Sometimes algorithm may be readily available, or sometimes you may have to write those algorithms. And you need large machines to process them, to understand them, to establish those relationships. And once it is done, it is made into a biscuit pack type of thing called as a model. When that model is given to you, you can use it for interior decoration, you can use it for civil engineering, you can use it for aeroplane, you can use it for cinema theater, you can use it for a resort, anything. So this biscuit packet is what I call as a model. Model is built by computer engineers, right? Now these models, there may be some small model. You are not a computer engineer, but you are interested in this generative AI thing. You are an artist. You are an artist. And you want to build something, a creative art like Pablo Picasso or Raja Ravi Verma or somebody or M.F. Hussain with your for your house or something, and you want to build a small model of it. So you have your own photographs, your paintings and all that. Let's say you have done some 1,000 paintings by yourself. Now that is the input data. You have to take photographs of all of them with very better resolutions and all that. You have to train the computer. And so that is the input data which you have. Come to our generative AI like Gemini or chat gpt, you upload those photographs, and you say, you build me a model for me for designing art background for drawing rooms, bedrooms, various. Okay, so it builds a computer code for that, and it gives you, it builds a computer code for that images which you have given, because it understands your image better. What is your style of painting? It understands. And it builds a computer code for you. So that is done by our generative AI thing. It understood your sentence and it went on predicting, and it made a computer code. And generating computer code is also one of the jobs of generative AI. Generative AI can do many things. That is, it can help you make a movie, it can help you sing, It can help you to write a novel. It can do so many things. So like that, now it can help you to build a model for background for your drawing room, bedroom, kitchen, everything. Now that model is there. You make a website. Now you can ask the generative AI to make a website also. That also it can do today. In that website, the back end of the website, you put that. That is how back end of website means you are having your own computer, laptop, or a server that has to be on 24 bar 7, 365 days. There you have hosted that code and you have linked it to the website. So anybody wants to use your services, they go to the website, they say, I want a drawing room. Okay, I want the drawing room designed on the designs of mm, Deepak or Deepashri or somebody, and it designs that. They say that, sorry, I'm not happy with this. I want some more better with bold colors, light colors, things like that. It can improvise on it and it can give, right? So you are an artist, you are using generative AI, you don't know the damn of any computer code, still you can use generative AI, right? So now, do you need any 5 minutes break or can I continue? Can I continue or do you need any break? Please continue. Continue, sir. Okay, fine. Okay. Continue, Prasadji. Thank you. So, large language models are also used in generative AI. See, generative AI uses large language models also because it is easy. You type it out as a sentence. Now, I do not know English. मुझे अंग्रेजी नहीं मालूम है. So, you know only Hindi. You know only Bengali. What to do? So now this generative AI accepts your language in voice and it can help you to do the same thing what text was doing. So generative AI is more than large language models. Generative AI uses large language models. It also uses models for images. It can use models for videos. It can use models for audio. Right? So it can do all that. Generative AI can do all that. Now, how to do this? You should be, I think you are impatient. You want to do it fast. I will give you some exercises. This is just I'm explaining how it was built over a period of time. All this will be shared to you through PDFs by Preeti. Don't have to worry. If you don't understand anything, you can always write to me and I can reply back to you. Now, these large language models, they use what are known as deep learning models. So this is for our computer science people. How they were built? Language models, you saw it hands-on on your SMS. It was just predicting it. Now, how it started predicting that? It was predicting through some mathematical formula. So what was that mathematical formula? That mathematical formula was what is called as a deep learning formula. In this deep learning, what we did, we gave India and is. 10 times I gave India is, India is, India is. Another 10 times I gave India has, India has, India has. Third time, India in, India in, India in, like that. So like that, for every word and its next word, I kept on telling it. So it was trying to understand. So then if I typed India, it should tell me whether it is India is or India in or India has or something. So that choice was left to the computer. So computer understood this pattern. India is only had to be written is India. If I say is India, it gives a different information. In India, it gives a different information. So these deep learning models were taught with this patterns in the data and the relationships in this data. India is something. Is India? Which is a question mark, which we can understand in English. इंडिया क्या है? क्या इंडिया है? The differences may be there, isn't it? We understand. But we have to tell the computer also. So we use different models and we saw that some words were related more to something. For example, generative AI is a computer engineering subject. That's a sentence. What is a subject is related to what? Subject is related to engineering, subject is related to computer, subject is related to ease, subject is related to AI, subject is related to generative. It can be related to anything because it's unstructured, right? So we try to break down this generative AI is a computer science subject into chunks. We gave them some numbers. Then we showed the relationship that subject is related more to computer engineering, which is two words. It could have said computer AI, but most of the time subject is related to the computer engineering. Okay, fine. So computer engineering subject, computer engineering subject, it memorized. The computer memorized that. Now, what is computer engineering subject? Generative AI, we related with the computer engineering. So computer engineering is there, generative AI is related to computer engineering, and subject is related to computer engineering. So then it becomes a proper sentence. So now I just go and type generative AI is computer. Immediately it says engineering subject. So that amount of prediction is fast. So this is what happened in our large language models because we used all types of data, encyclopedia data, science data, arts data, email data, whatever data was available on the internet, people like Google, Microsoft, they just took all our data, tried to find out what is the relation between this and this, just convert them into vectors. So if this is a vector A, let's say this is the vector 1, what is the next vector for that? Once it was vector 100, sometimes it was vector 200, sometimes it was vector 500. So all of them, how many frequencies were there? All that they try to do and they linked it, they indexed it, and that is what uh, is also there in our Google search engine and Microsoft Bing search engine also. They use it. So those are all different language models. Okay, so this large language models, it didn't come just like that. It went through different evolutions, evolution by evolution. So you saw that in your SMS also. You just type one word, it was telling you the next word. It didn't tell what will be the third one. But with large language models, if you type one word, it may tell you what are the second word, third word, fourth word, if you like it. And it can give you options, right? So they built these models working on such huge data they did. And how did they do it? They used a technology in this deep learning. In this deep learning, there is something called as a transformer. You all know what is a transformer. Electric transformer. What happens? Electricity is generated in some station, generative station, and it will be very huge electricity in voltage and current. It is sent through the transmission lines. It is condensed or amplified in different locations, and then finally you get it different for house, different for factories. For factories, it is 440 volts. For houses, it is 220 volts. So the transformer's job was to take a electric signal as an input, do something and give out the output so that it could be analyzed. Similarly, like that, a transformer was designed to see that if I give this entire sentence, it should give me an another sentence as an output. If I give one paragraph, it should give me another paragraph as an output. Now it was giving. Then we said injected, we injected a vaccine. What was that vaccine? We said use randomly think. Once you can give this option, second time another option, third time this option, you can combine all of them, do it. That is where the large language model came. Now, when this came, there it was a very big model. It was a very big model because it is having huge data and lot of processing has happened, lot of calculations has happened, and that calculation data itself, whatever is there, is so huge. Now that is the wealth. That is the wealth for these companies. What is the wealth? The data which they had and the processing which happened through this mathematical computations, which we call them as modeling. Now, if you want to use that, you want to have that data also brought to your system, model also brought to your system, and then for your small application, you have to ask for prediction. It is not worthwhile because everybody can't invest on that hardware and data because data is costly and hardware is also costly. I am having a mobile phone. So what I do, I go and install Gemini or I can install ChatGPT app. I ask something, it gets connected to their server, it works on their server and comes out with the answer to me. That's what I wanted. I wanted an answer. I didn't want the entire thing. So the R&D, the development, testing and all that, it is their job. They will do it. What is our job? Use it for our day-to-day life in our studies, in our office, in our home, right? So that is where we are, yeah, vector means data science vector. Yeah. So now, so this is the engineering. This is the engineering of these language models and generative AI. That is the engineering which has gone at the backdrop. Okay. Now, what all this can do? I have done the analysis. So in our SMS, we saw that you type something, it was giving the next word. Is that is the what I want? I have so many other requirements. Like what you saw was a text generation. That is one of the most important activity these models do. You type something, it generates the next sentence, next word, next paragraph, next story. If you have done Bahubali 1, ask the generative AI, generate Bahubali 2 episode, Bahubali 3 episode, Bahubali 100 episode. It can generate stories for that. So you can, like James Bond stories. So only thing is, you can release each one of them at different things. For example, Bahubali 100 will come maybe after 100 years or maybe 50 years. So that 50 years, a lot of things would have changed. Bahubali will not be having the same arrow, bow, mace, and all that. So you have to ask the thing after 50 years, things would have got changed. We would be having driverless cars, driverless trains, driverless aeroplanes. We may be having house in the air. We are currently having house here in the land. We do not know after 5 years, after 50 years, just like now, Subhanshu Shukla is flying in the space. I may have a house in the space. with all the oxygen tanks and all that for breathing. Now my house will be in the space. So Bahubali 100 episode will have Bahubali having a house in the space with oxygen mask or something like that. So the story should be pertinent to that. Generative AI can help you to write a story. So that is text generation. So that it is helping. Now we are having too much of information in our organization. We get so much of emails, we get so much of PDF documents. Let's say there is a user document. You are into manufacturing of electric scooters. There is a manual, which is some 5,000 pages manual is there. And you wanted to have a smaller manual for your engineers. So you can ask, condense this 5,000 page manual to 50 pages manual, finding out the important things and show diagrams against that. You can condense that into a very useful 50-page user manual. You may have a Word file and a PDF file. You have to integrate them and build a new document. So you ask that, upload both a PDF file and a Word file, ask, combine these two and generate a consolidated document. So that summarization can help you. I want this manual to be written in Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, all this. At a time, it can give you different translations. You want this thing to be intelligent. So you have a manual. So you start asking the question to the manual, saying that in my electric scooter, how can I replace my battery? You don't have to go through the 50-page manual, understand technicalities, and get confused. So just ask question and answer. How can I replace my battery in my electric scooter? Immediately it goes and gives you the instructions how to you to be able to go it. So that is a question and answering. So LLMs can do text generation, they can do text summarization. Each of this is a different task. So data scientists, they worked on each one of them separately with the same data. They build a model for summarization, build a model for text generation, build a model for translation in Hindi, build a model for translation in Bengali. So like that, question answering in Hindi, question answering in, so various exercises, different teams did that work. And then they consolidated all this. And that they are giving it to you as a package. So this is from languages. Now, how is it if it is a video, audio, or combination of all this? So there was a different team which was working on those type of multimodal data also, and they also came out with them. So till GPT, the chat GPT 3.5, it was large language model. Text, you gave text, it was generating text. Beautifully it was doing. But after GPT-4 came, you can upload an image, you can upload an audio, you can upload a video, or you can say it out. You can say it out something, and it combines all of this and gives you a content. And you want to download that as a video, or you want to download it as an audio, or you want to download it as a text, generative AI is helping you. Are you clear? Are there any doubts? Are there any doubts? Hmm? There should, if there is doubt, it's very good. If there is some doubt, you will have to do some research yourself. So, which are the best places to do research? ChatGPT and Gemini, our own Indian Perplexity. Do you know Perplexity? Have you used Perplexity? Yes, you can use Gen AI for data analysis in an office, and I am going to show you, Mr. Jain. I am going to show it to you. You will do it. There is a portal called Julius.ai. Julius.ai. This is the portal. Okay. So this is also developed by a Indian born in America. Julius.ai. Okay, go to this portal. You upload your Excel sheet or Word file in your office. Okay, you can start asking questions in that. You have an Excel sheet, you upload and say, show me the trend chart, show me the bar chart, show me the pie chart. It will generate it for you and it will give you. You don't require computer programming. You may be from commerce background, you may be finance professional, you may be supply chain professional, anybody. Julius.ai. I'm going to show it to you, right? So this is where you should learn Gen AI hands-on. Some of the portals, they give you free trial. So you should use them and see how you can use it. Then it will enrich your job. It will enrich your job opportunities also. It will enrich your job opportunities. If you know using various tools in AI and getting your work done, you get better opportunities in your organization. You can build your own customized solutions because your organization data, you don't want it to get leaked to your competitor or somebody. So you have to develop some customized, secured platform. You can do that, right? So I'm going to give you some examples and you will be doing it. So LLMs require a lot of data and patterns were recognized. Mathematical formulas called this neural networks worked on it, transformers worked on it, and then so much of information was there in the model. You cannot download everything into it. So it was kept in the web and it was split into two parts. One is called the trained part and another one is something which is usable part. So this uh, large language model, so this is how they were trained. This is for computer engineers. Large data was taken. They use those various mathematical formulas and models and architecture. They called it as a pre-training. They got some results. Then they did what is called as a fine-tuning. I want randomization, change, accuracy. I want the accuracy 100%. I want the accuracy 70%, 80%. If I change this, how much time you will take? I want to improve the time. I want 100% accuracy means if I say there is nothing called 100% accuracy in this generative AI and LLM. Okay. In mathematics, 2 plus 2 is 4, but in generative AI, it is not, need not be 4. It can give different ranges between 3 to 4 because that's how the practical world is. In practical, you do work for so many days, for so many hours, you have put in so much of overtime, but you may get some different salary. It need not be exactly for the time you have spent. Okay. So now, why are they important for you? They are readily available to you. They are readily available to you, then they are versatile. You don't have to know English. You can ask questions. For example, let me start with some exercises and I want you to do that. I will go to translate.google.com because uh, I want to type a sentence and get its Indian uh, equivalent. Okay. So I will ask question, is India the happiest country in the world? Is India the happiest country in the world? And are Indians the most intelligent people? So this is English, which my ChatGPT understands. But in Hindi, it is क्या भारत दुनिया की सबसे खुशहाल देश है और क्या भारतीय सबसे बुद्धिमान लोग हैं. If you know to type in Hindi or English, sorry, Hindi or any other language, it's very good. Since I do not know how to type in Hindi, I am using Google Translate. Okay, and this what happened here, no? I typed this. This is having artificial intelligence in translation. It is also having the earlier large language models because the sentence which is coming out in Hindi is also related. You should not have given unrelated sentence, isn't it? So now I go to, let's say Gemini. I go to Gemini. I want you to try it out. The website address is gemini.google.com. You go to gemini.google.com, or if you just type in Google search in Gemini. Now, first I have taken one sentence, translated into Hindi, and then I am going to this Gemini. In the Gemini, I will go and paste this Hindi sentence. Can you see this? And I press enter. Okay. See, I got the answer in Hindi only. सो भारत दुनिया का सबसे खूबसूरत देश नहीं है. These Americans, no, they hate Indians. So they give uh, information which is always antagonistic to India. But you can always say, I am not happy. Do it once again. You type it once again. Next time it will say, yeah, भारत दुनिया का सबसे खूबसूरत देश है. हाँ, भारतीय की सबसे बुद्धिमान लोग होने के दावे का समर्थन करने के लिए कोई निश्चित वैज्ञानिक प्रमाण नहीं है. So these people, they get the work done from Indians, but they don't accept that we are the most intelligent. We don't have to bother, right? Huh? Indians don't like Americans. No, Indians like Americans. No, India like America. All that we say, but you know, there they always want to say so. But see, now come to generative AI. We got the answer in Hindi, right? So now, do you require computer science to do this? If you want to build a model like this, yes. But if you want to use this in your office or in your learn something, do you require English? No. We can use the benefits of my internet connection is unstable. It's like okay, okay. So you should try it out yourself. Then only you will enjoy this. Okay. Now, like this, you can ask for anything, whatever you do not know. You can ask about it. Let's say you want to ask about Vedas, you want to ask about mechanical engineering, you want to learn because you are from different parts. It is very time saving, yes. So you can learn whatever may be the language, whatever may be the technology in your own mother tongue. You can learn, and you should learn. You should use your mother tongue because now Sudhanshu Shukla has gone to space. I do not know anything about space. Now ask the question in Hindi. Please explain to me how it will be there in space. Subhanshu Shukla has gone, and how it will be. How authentic is the output? Yeah, I'll talk about that. So now it will tell you the same thing in simple words. Now you tell, I want to tell my 5-year-old kid what is this space technology and what Sudhanshu Shukla is doing. Please explain to me as though it is for a 5-year-old kid. It can give you example exactly like a story for a 5-year-old kid in Hindi. So you should use generative AI, and this is free. Whatever I have done now is free. Some things, to a certain extent, you can definitely use it for free, and you want to use it beyond something, you will have to pay some money. Okay, you can have a monthly subscription, yearly subscription, like that. Okay. Now, how authentic is the output, says Amit Nagarkar. Now, this data is worked on what input data which has been given. If input data is poisoned or input data is fake, then the model can give fake answer. But we are trusting Google, we are trusting Microsoft, we are trusting Perplexity, okay, because of their reputation. And they also, when they are developing these models and they are training those models with this data, okay, they will validate, they will find out the accuracy of it, and then only they will train on that data. For example, I asked it, क्या भारतीय सबसे बुद्धिमान है? So it had data collected from various places, and based on that only it has given the output. We can't even say that. So it is trying to be very diplomatic, like a foreign service officer. It is very diplomatic, and it is given in a diplomatic answer. Earlier, for example, before this GPT 3, and when there were GPT 1 and all that, you asked question like how to make a bomb. It used to tell how to make a bomb. So afterwards, what they did, they have built what are known as guardrails. Guardrails means like a chowkidar. They have put up a chowkidar on this. It tries to see that it gives a very positive answer and very polite answer. It also doesn't try to give you fake answers. It also doesn't give offensive. Suppose you ask in a very angry tone, still it will answer in a sober tone. It should not answer back to you in an angry tone. So it has been trained on that, right? Yeah, Google Translator is not 100% accurate, definitely, because it has to be trained. The data has to be given by the public, the community. If community don't give good translations and all, then it doesn't give proper answer. So you have to contribute. Each one of you in your own language will have to contribute to Google Translate, Google Gemini, Chat GPT, saying that, hey, this is wrong, what I'm saying is right. Then they will verify it. If you are right, then your answers will become right in the next versions of the software. Now, how to change the language to Hindi in Google Translate? Go to Google Translate. यहाँ पे you have a drop down button. Okay, so in that you can choose whatever language you want. So many languages are there. If you want to ask the same thing in Bengali, it will answer in Bengali. If you want to ask answer in Tamil, you can ask the question in Tamil. Okay, and it will give you the answer in Tamil. Okay, for Gemini AI, this is, or for Google Translator. No, no. You can. This is there. So what Google does is, whatever it develops, it tries to put that in almost everything. It is there available in Gemini also. So in here also, what they are trying to do is, you have Google settings in your Gmail settings. In the Gmail settings only, if you go and say what are the languages known to you, if you select English, Hindi, Bengali, and all that, it understands. So this all this Gemini, Google Translate, and all, they are all linked to those personal profiles. So if you ask that thing, it can give you the answer. Suppose you have asked the question in English and ask it to translate it in Hindi, it can do that also. It can do that also and give you. Now, this is one of the exercises I want you to do it. Please do it and be happy. Whatever you want to ask, whatever you wanted to know. Suppose you had some doubt about some things. Those things you type it out in English or something or in your own language, and then please get it, get the answers. And since it is been, answered by a reputed Google or Microsoft, then it is trustworthy. So suppose if it is you don't believe in this, ask the same question in Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, ask in 4 or 5 different engines, and you will be able to find out what is the correct answer. So don't totally trust 100% on this. This is something your assistant. Everybody wants to have an assistant, no? Every one of you. Don't you like to have a servant? Don't you like to have an assistant to do your work? Generative AI is the assistant which can help you to do your work. Okay. Now this generative AI, where all I will be able to use it? I am using it in my air conditioner. I am using it in my laptop. I am using it in my mobile phone. I can use it in my washing machine. I can use it in my electric scooter, car. I can use it in anywhere where the medium of communication is digital. Wherever there is digital data, like your photograph is taken, or your audio is taken, or your thumb impression is taken, there you can do generative. There you can embed generative AI and you can start querying and you can get your answers, right? So that is about this. Now, let's say you are shopping. It will become very helpful to you because whenever you go to market, you try to purchase some fruits or vegetables or any perishables. The merchant will say, "Oh, this is fresh" and all that. Now, with this generative AI, you can scan it and you can ask questions. It can say how old it is, whether it is fresh or not fresh. So that everybody requires it, no? It need not be a computer engineer. So that is what I want you to do that. Now, so this is the significance of LLMs and generative AI. Prompt engineering is, you have to ask questions. Earlier, prompt is the input which you ask the chat GPT or Gemini. If you ask direct questions, it will give you direct answer. Many times we ourselves are not clear what we are going to ask, and we are ask some confusing question. It may end up in giving some confusing answers. You are not happy. You keep on doing again, 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 and you get fed up and say, "No, I don't want to use this." So for that, they decide. So this is the way you can go about doing in prompt engineering. Now this is also becoming very easier now, because now they have embedded voice, so you can start asking the chat GPT or Gemini instead of typing it out. So uh, that's one thing. And I showed you, you can type it in your own language. The way I write in English is different from the way I write in Hindi. Now, these models have been trained and tuned. Tuning is you should understand the nitty-gritties of Hindi grammar. If this is the English sentence, this is the way Hindi is written, right? So that is how it has been tuned into it. So there are various ways. So now somebody was asking me how accurate it is. Is it, can it be believed and all that? Yes, sometimes there is what is called as a hallucination. It can give or it will go and try to bluff. So that is why how to prevent this bluffing? Uh, Go and try to find out from 2, 3 different generative AI service providers. Context length is also important because the how long the sentence I ask in a question. If I keep on giving some 100 words sentence without a full stop, the system has to spend a lot of time in understanding your sentence and give you the answer. So context length and all, these are all important things about it. Now there is something we call today something called as a RAG and MCP. These are all for computer engineers. So what is a RAG? Somebody asked me, can I use it for my office? Can I use this Gemini and all this for my office? This Julius AI. Now Julius AI is using ChatGPT, Gemini and all as his engines. They are using them as engines. Now, you have your own organization data. For example, your salary data or employee data or some data you are having, some manual or some word, some email you might have received from somebody. So that is not available in Julius or in ChatGPT or in Gemini. Okay. So you take the document, upload it, and if it is related to supply chain or finance or marketing or something which is related to that, and you start asking questions from your document. Now, this ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity or Julius AI, from what learning they have in that particular domain, they can give you answers related to your document. For example, you have a financial planning for some project, whether should you invest or not invest, right? And then you go and upload your Excel sheet and tells this is what I have got for setting up a project on petroleum in Gujarat and petroleum in Andhra Pradesh. Which one should I, which is more profitable? Suppose if you have all the data and you do it and feed it there. This generative AI system, it goes through your data. It compares with the data of feasibility of such projects in its database and then comes out with an answer to you saying that in Andhra Pradesh, your returns will be this much, in Gujarat, your returns will be this much. And these are all the different benefits in Andhra Pradesh, these are the benefits in Gujarat. Decision is yours. And my suggestion is this. It can tell you like that. So this is RAG will help you to upload your data, give your data which is not being trained in these uh, generative AI engines. They can look into your data and give their consulting to you. So that is about RAG. Now, with this RAG, there is one more new thing. Today, we are calling something about MCP. What is this MCP thing? MCP, it is also like it is better than this RAG. They say that it can also talk to your systems, which may be in different databases. What do you mean by that? Now I told you you upload your Excel sheet. Now in this MCP, it can interact with your database, your SAP database, your Oracle database, or your videos database, your images database, your movies databases where you would have stored data. It can interact with all of that and then again it can come back and give you better answers. So this also uh, it visualizes a problem in a different way. It breaks down the problem into different way and each of those components of the problem it analyzes fast. It does something like a consultant. You give a problem. I want to invest in petroleum in Andhra Pradesh or Gujarat. Tell me, the consultant looks that into different ways. He looks into the data of the government of India, looks into the data of petroleum industry, looks into the data of benchmarks in world, like that. All that he compiles and understands, and then he takes your data and comes out with the consulting to you. So this MCP can do that. Ah, yes. Right? So it can do that also. Now this is also available to you. So what is the advantage? Today, you are paying so much money for consultants for something. You can also take a second look at generative AI agents also. Or if you are a business consultant and you are having so much of data and you are having 10 customers to cater to immediately. So MCP can help you to speed enough your work analyzing all these 10 people's data and come out with different recommendations for all these 10 customers of you, right? So you can reduce your time and it comes out with some results, okay? But again, it is you who will take a decision. It is you who will take a decision. If you allow the computer itself to take a decision, what happens? Then you have what is called as an agent. You have something what is called as an agent today, and the vector databases are all your information which is stored in vectors. So that is the vector database. Okay. And how do you measure the accuracy? Somebody was asking me, how do I know it is accuracy? So computer scientists, data scientists, they measure on these things. It gives some scores. Oh, on ChatGPT, this is the score. On Gemini, this is the score for this information. So based on that, you can say which one to accept, which not to accept. All these matrices are there. How do we fine tune? There are various fine tuning. You update all the model weights. It's okay. So techniques are there. Now, we also talk about something called as a RLHF or reinforcement learning from human feedback. So whatever feedback you say, I am not happy. If I increase this, what will happen? If I decrease this, what will happen? So that is the human feedback you are giving to the generative AI system. It is helping you to improve it. So we will do that in a small exercise. Now I'll give you another website called ProDia. Go to a website called prodia.ai. Chat. Go to this website called prodia.ai. Okay. I'll prodia.ai. Okay, this is a website. It is using Gemini, ChatGPT at its background. Oh, sorry, what happened? It is showing, why is this? It is showing this Indonesian thing. Wait a minute. Some cyber squatter, I think, prodia.com. Okay, go to prodia.com. Yeah, go to prodia.com. Sorry. See, some cyber squatter has gone there. If you go to this, if you are using mobile also, you can go to this website. There is something called the try it out now. Free. Try out now. Just go click on this try out. Okay. It is showing something. Okay. So here uh, I uh, I select that first one. Okay. Now here I select the first one. The first one was something the model. See, this is the model which they have used. Model is the mathematical formula or the whatever processing we have done. That is it. Okay. Now here what I want you to do is there is something here called prompt. Below that some width, height and all that. This is a website which helps you to convert your text into image and video. Gemini also can do, ChatGPT also can do. But I want you to do this because I want you to understand the beauty of this later. Let's say in the prompt means what you want, you have to type it out. Now I will type it out. Elephant dancing and offering sweets to Indian children. Elephant dancing and offering sweets to Indian children. I will say run. I just want it to execute it. It will ask you, are you human being? You say yes. Because they don't want their website to be hacked. Okay. So you say yes. Once you do that, what happens? You see. Try it out yourself. not Prodio, it is okay, prodio.com spelling. Okay. So try it out. What happens? You can type anything. It can be cow of dancing, or it could be Ganesha dancing. It could be anything. Okay. Anything unoffensive, you type it out and see what happens.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Actually, we have one session feedback form. So I would like to launch it and request everyone to fill it.
Yeah, yeah, please do that. Now, in this, let it happen. So, this is a small exercise which we are doing. Session feedback, yeah. I have to share it, or you have to share
No,
it?
sir. No, no. It is for attendees.
Okay. So, give the session feedback.
Yeah, it will not take more than 10-12 seconds.
Okay, okay.
It is
Let them
very
do.
short.
Yeah, please do it.
Sir, we also have so many questions. So, like, can we take few questions out of this? Because
Yeah, yeah. After this, I will just show some exercises to them, and then we are concluding, and I'll be answering
okay,
the
okay,
questions.
complete. Okay.
Okay. See, this is the image I have got. Elephants dancing, and they have offered sweets to Indian children. You see, the Indian children means you see they are wearing small sari. huh? All this is there. Beautiful. Okay. I am not happy with this image. I want one more. I run it again. Next time I am getting one more. So, how did this understand elephant dancing, sweets, Indian children? So, this is how our generative AI is helping us. So, you can create customized greeting cards for your friends, birthdays, anniversaries, okay, events. You can create various things. And portals like Adobe, they have their own suite which can help you to do in with the help of generative AI, creating content. See, now you see in the second time, this is the image which I have got. You can decide what should be the height and width also, pixels. How many images you want to have, that also you can state. I want to have 5 images. So it will be 5 different images, and then you can download one of them. So here we saw that with the help of local languages also we can access generative AI. We can get solution to our questions. We can convert text into images. There is a website called Reface, Reface app, an app called Reface. This Reface app, it has got a free trial. You can impose your face against Amitabh Bachchan or Prabhas or Ranbir Kapoor in one of the movie clips. You can see. So that Reface is there. So that you can make a small clip and you can circulate it with your friends. Uh, Reface is one app which is available on your Android and iPhone Play stores, right? So if you have answered all that, so okay. Now I was saying, if you allow the computer to take its own decision, so you end up in getting what is called as a generative AI agent. If you have control over it, then so this is about Gemini works. I told you about it, and some examples I gave. Okay, Prodi also I said, and Julius AI. In Julius AI also it will be like this. You can go and upload your Excel sheet and you can start asking questions about you can ask it to generate graphs, reports, organization reports. Within no time it can give you, and every day you can use it for some 15 times. So that you can do. Now I have designed two exercises for you, and I'm giving you the shared link to you. One is a India travel expert. So in this India travel expert, you can ask about any trip. I want to visit this place. How is this place? What are the hotels nearby? How do I go from Delhi to this place? Anything you want to ask, you can ask that. Second one is people want to learn Python, which is a language which is used for all this generative AI and all that backend. You do not know, let us say. You want to learn from scratch. So this one, it will tell you, you ask it, teach me lesson number one. Give me 10 examples. It will give you. Teach me lesson number two. Give me 10 examples. So you can learn step by step. That's one thing. Secondly, I have done this code. Is this code correct or wrong? It can tell you. Third one, you upload some image and ask, this is the scanned image of a person I got. Can you tell me which is this place or something like that related to that photograph? It can tell you. Similarly, you can upload some video and you can ask questions regarding the video. So these are the two exercises I am giving it to you. I will show you just, I don't think I have time on it. What you have to do is you have to just execute it. I will just show you how to execute this. This has been stored in a Google platform called Google Colab, which is a free platform. So what you have to do is you have to just go and say run. When it runs, it gives you some address where it is running. That address, if you have to go, you will be able to see an application. This application you can see from your mobile phone. You can see in your laptop, mobile phone or laptop. You can also host it wherever you want. This is totally yours. You can customize it. I have done it for India. If you want, you can do it for America. You can do it for Australia, whichever country you want. And you can set up your own business, consulting for travel and consulting on programming, right? Python programming, like that, you can do it. Let me show you how to run this. So this is the uh, page which I have given you. How to run it? There will be a button called run. If you run it, it will consolidate the code and then it will give you an IP address. That IP address is the Google IP address. Okay. That site will be installed, that site will be hosted on that Google site. So it has given some IP address. Because whenever you want to make that accessible to people, for example, this chat GPT and all, it is hosted somewhere and it will have a IP address there. So like that, if you want your code to be hosted somewhere, so this is the step by step I have given. I have used something called as a streamlit. You don't have to bother, you have to just run. So here in the run time, I will say run all. That is what you have to do. Just afterwards you can do the thing. So okay, now it will ask you for what is called as an API key, and each one of you will have an API key. Where will you get that Gemini API key? Gemini API key. You have to just search for that. It will take you to gemini.google.com. There will be a place where you can search it. Just 5 minutes. You have to give me. I'm taking 5 minutes. The portal will be there, no, Preeti?
Yes, sir.
Another 5 minutes. Okay, just I will show this to these people. So even those who do not know programming, you can use this. So when you go to the Gemini,
Mm.
you have to just type it out Gemini API key where it is because it requires. Why this is required? Because you are using Google's services. You are using Google services. So go to, it is saying go to Google Studio. So there you will go and okay, build with all this. Okay, get API key. You can see on the top it will say. So let me copy this uh, in your chat window. In your chat window, if you go to this, it will say get API key. The one API, it will give one API key which is free, which is gives. You click on this get API key. On the left hand side, you will see API keys. Go to API key. You can create one. You can create a one, and there it will ask you some terms and conditions maybe, or you just take it. So here you will see something called as free. You will see a free API key which will be generated. Okay, so here this is the value. There is something here. Okay, you have to copy that. Some alphanumeric information will be there. Please copy that. That is required because we are using Gemini as the engine for our questions. So copy it to the clipboard. Okay, now I will go back to my code. So this is the code. So here, if you had executed, you would have encountered an error. Now you see, there is a place here, your API key. Instead of your API key, you delete this. Within the quotations, you please paste this alphanumeric. And this keeps changing for person to person, and for the same person, if you create a new API key, it will again change it. Now, if you execute this, if you execute this, or if you run this, if you run this, if you run this, okay, it has created a Python file and it is asking you, do you want to connect to outside? You have to say yes. Do you want to connect to outside? You have to say yes. So it has given you some link here. Now for this to you copy, there is some IP address which is being shown. Each one of you, if you are using mobile phone or you are using laptop, you will have a IP address which will be shown. Now you have to go to this link. You have to go to this, whatever this great wasp or something, for you it will be different. If you go there, there will be a box which will ask you type your IP address. Now, this IP address is the Google server's IP address given specially to you. Google server has got each individual, it would have given some virtual box, a virtual computer to each one of you. And each of those virtual computer will have an IP address. So that is what it is showing you. So you have to go and type here in what is called the tunnel password. So you have to type the IP address here and just click to submit. When you click to submit on Google's server, your app is hosted. It is a generative AI application. People can ask questions and they can get answer. If you customize it, you can charge people maybe. Or for publicity, you can do many things. For example, I have done it for Indian travel. If you want to do it for Bollywood heroes, some people will go and ask questions regarding Bollywood heroes or heroines. They get answers on that. So this is a India travel expert guide. So what I am going to do here, I am going to ask question. What question? It is suggesting you something like this. Okay. Tell me something about culture of Varanasi, how to go about. I will ask some question. Uh, how to go to Delhi from Kolkata. Okay. Where can I stay uh, near to India Gate? Okay. And I say, get guidance. That's all. I give some question and my app will give me guidance. It can be any questions, any damn question you want to ask regarding any place. It need not be India only. Sorry, it need not be Delhi or Kolkata, any place. So you see, get an answer. How to go? Getting from Kolkata to Delhi, you have several options: by air, by train, by road, accommodation near India Gate, Delhi, luxury options, mid-range hotels, budget friendly, important considerations while booking. All this information you are getting, and it is making a plan for 5 day for you, and it is also showing you which all places you should visit near India Gate. Humayun's tomb, Qutub Minar, Lotus Temple, Jama Masjid, Red Fort. So this is an advisor. So the behind code was Python. The front end, what we are seeing is generative AI. So this is India Travel Expert Guide I have done. You can make a copy of it, and instead of here I might have used India Travel or something. Okay, you can use India Travel Expert. I have asked you say uh, Bollywood gossip or something, and you have to come and change your this thing marked. Okay, so it goes to Gemini engine. Okay, and you see, ask anything related to cinema, or it could be related to sports, cricket, right? You can create IPL website. Okay, those things you can do it yourself, right? So you can also post this question in Hindi, Bengali, or whatever you want, and it is done. You don't have to know how it is working at the background, unless and until you are a computer engineer. Computer engineers who write the functions, and it is supposed to do something, right? So with this, we want to conclude, and you have some questions, and Preeti will send it to me. I can reply to that and send it back again. Okay. Google API free for some recording of the session. Preeti, they are asking you. Yeah, it will be hosted on Shine website, so visit Shine, I think.
Yes, okay. All the guys, you if you want any like recordings or any question you have, you can send it to us. We'll definitely share it with sir. And there are some people who were like asking for your LinkedIn ID, sir. So is it okay if I'll share your LinkedIn ID?
Oh, sure, very, very much. I see. Okay, what I have done is here some of this. So I have also attached something how you can do this thing. At the end, I have given my phone number and uh, email also. You can reply to that also. Uh,
Okay, okay, sir.
yeah,
Actually, we have
Ali.
lots of questions. We have I
Yeah,
have not
this is.
noted down
Mm,
mostly all questions.
mm, yeah, sure. And okay, so this is my details, and Preeti will be sharing all those details to you. And today was a knowledge sharing session. I too learned many things from you. You too might have learned something, and it is time that you all start using generative AI. If you have not used it, use it for a useful purpose. Use it for knowledge propagation, knowledge sharing, and all the best in your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for delivering this session. We truly appreciate you taking time to share your knowledge with us. And we are also very thankful to the people who joined us today. We hope like you found the session useful and informative. And if you guys have any question, I know like you guys have written down so many questions. I will definitely share it with sir, but still, if any other questions you have, you can reach out to us via LinkedIn, shine.com, and we'll send all the questions to the sir. And if like I have already shared sir's LinkedIn ID and all the details. And yeah, that's it. Until then, for next session,
And
guys,
one
please.
more thing, yeah, one more
Yes,
information is if you want, if you have some doubts, you ask Gemini or ChatGPT itself. If you have some doubt, you ask it and try to, if you are not happy with the answer, you ask in your mother tongue. You ask in the language which is familiar to you, and it will answer, right?
definitely.
And yeah,
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank
yeah,
you. Bye
pleasure.
bye. Bye
Yeah.
bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye, sir.